Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal spent the whole night in the ED lockup. For days, remember, Arvind Kejriwal had been saying that he would be arrested by the ED and that all of this will be to malign his image. But the ED has maintained that they have evidence of chain trail in the liquor excise policy case against him, and that is the reason 9 summons were sent to him, which he ignored, did not want to attend. Finally, in the evening, and you're looking at those visuals on your screen, this was the visual close to midnight when Arvind Kejriwal was taken out in the vehicle, looking, of course, very solemn as expected. The ED officials with him, they tried, the Aam Aadmi Party tried the best to go to the court as well. The Delhi High Court, however, said that need to at least, as a citizen, go and appear and respond to the ED summons. We are told, meanwhile, Arvind Kejriwal and his family members' phones, mobile phones, have been seized by the Enforcement Directorate team. There are some other electronic evidence, and there are some documents from the house of the Delhi Chief Minister that have been apprehended as well. According to the sources on the ground, that ED claims that they have gathered enough evidence. But is that evidence enough to be able to, as they want, to convict Arvind Kejriwal eventually in the liquor excise policy case? And therefore, through the night, remember, whether it was about 7 p.m. when Arvind Kejriwal's residence was where the ED team had reached, by 9 p.m. in the next 2 hours, information confirmed that Arvind Kejriwal has been arrested, and then he was taken out in this vehicle we've got this visual of him. For the longest time, remember, now this could be the last visual now that he's to appear before the court, where Arvind Kejriwal will not be seen in the political domain. Our colleagues have been on the ground through midnight early this morning. Let me now bring them in. Ashutosh Mishra is outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence. This is Civil Lines in Delhi. Abhishek Anand is where Arvind Kejriwal now is, at the ED office, which is at the Abdul Gram Marg, if I'm correct. Abhishek, first to you, Ashutosh. 2013 to 2024, a fantastic run for Arvind Kejriwal. Both you and I have covered Aam Aadmi Party as young reporters. Today, he's been arrested by the ED on charges that are very serious of money laundering, of trying to embezzle money. All of that he has denied. What is happening early this morning at Civil Lines? Ashutosh.
It's just usual calm, Pooja. What has changed is exactly the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal by Enforcement Directorate last night. And since it is expected Rahul Gandhi will be visiting here, so we are seeing some preventive steps here being taken by the security agencies. Delhi Police, CRP has been deployed. And this is in the wake of the call given by the Aam Aadmi Party that they will be carrying out protests against the BJP, not just in the national capital, but all over country. There will be pan-India protests wherever there is existence of Aam Aadmi Party. And as you mentioned about from 2013 to this is 2024, perhaps in the Indian history of the Indian politics, there has been no such successful startup as Aam Aadmi Party. And clearly not just startup, but the kind of a contrast that we have seen, that the party which was formed on the base of anti-corruption, exactly his chief has been arrested under the charges of money laundering and corruption. Well, you talk about the conviction and the evidence and everything. Remember, this is the PMLA case, not anti-corruption case or the Prevention of Corruption Act or being probed by Anti-Corruption Bureau or the CBI, where the onus to prove any individual guilty is on the agencies. But contrary to that and contrary to the Indian laws, under the PMLA, the onus to prove innocence goes on the accused. Arvind Kejriwal in the court will have to prove that he is innocent and there is no case against him and there is no evidence against him. So clearly on that note, we have seen Manish Sisodia been in jail for more than a year now. He was arrested in February last year. This is March 2024. Subsequently, this reminds me Arvind Kejriwal's arrest in 21st May 2014. So if I would say this is not first time he is arrested or being sent to jail, this is the second time. Earlier it was in 2014. It was few months after he resigned from 49 days of the government, contested against then BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate Narendra Modi in Varanasi. When he came back, it was a defamation case filed by Nitin Gadkari. And when he appeared before the court on 21st of May, he refused to furnish the bail bond, and then he was arrested and sent to Tihar Tihar jail. So it was 21st May 2014. And this is 21st March 2024 when he was arrested in Delhi excise case.
And,
So
and a year, February
he-
23, when Manish Sisodia was arrested by CBI, and then he's already been behind bars. Longer than that has been Satyendra Jain, who has been behind bars, and now Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. But remember, the investigating agencies are claiming that they have solid evidence of the money bungling that has happened in the liquor excise policy 21-22, while the Aam Aadmi Party says all the charges are false. Before I go across to Abhishek, I have a quick question. I find it very interesting, Ashutosh, that you're saying that it's all calm outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence this morning. What do you think is the reason for that? Because by midnight, by evening, the area was packed. From Gopal Rai to Atishi, Saurabh Bhardwaj, all the AAP leaders had landed up at the civil lines residence. Ashutosh, if you can hear me, that through the night, tell us what precisely happened, where you were standing.
Well, it was the legal team, which was, of course, the consultation with the leftover leadership of Aam Aadmi Party, and immediately we have seen they were moving to the registrar to seek urgent hearing. That did not happen. Possibly this morning, 7:30, 10:30, in the Supreme Court, they will be mentioning. And again, after the hearing, that will be the legal procedure by the Aam Aadmi Party, which they have been adopting. Subsequently, there will be preparations also being done by the Enforcement Directorate as far as producing the Chief Minister is concerned to the ED code. But looking at the kind of the tension that prevails, looking at the call given by the Aam Aadmi Party to protest, there is also a possibility that after the medical test, he is likely to produce before the judge virtually, via virtual mode, while he'll be arrested at the Enforcement Directorate. So clearly there is no clarification yet on that. But so far, all preparedness is being done by the administration. But for now, what we'll see at 10 o'clock, the Aam Aadmi Party workers, leaders, MLAs, ministers, MPs, they'll be marching to the BJP headquarters. And as an anticipatory measure, we are seeing that Deen Dayal Upadhyay morgue, which leads towards Aam Aadmi Party headquarters and the BJP headquarters, have been totally barricaded, and which prevents entry of any individuals, any workers, any leaders.
So that's one of the reasons. The area is being barricaded. Ashutosh, stay on with me as Ashutosh shows us how barricades have been put up, so massive protests are not being permitted. Remember, through the night, Arvind Kejriwal has now been in the Enforcement Directorate lockup over the Delhi excise policy scam allegations. I request our colleagues to please stay on with me, because Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, and whether he'll continue to be the CM or not, we'll ask that to the Aam Aadmi Party leaders. But for now, he will be produced in the court today, spending the whole night inside the lockup. The ED has arrested Delhi Chief Minister within 2 hours of questioning at his residence in the liquor gate controversy that you must have guessed by now has led to a lot of comments, counter-comments, and a chain trail that has already led to the arrest of Manish Sisodia. But it was a high-octane midnight drama unfurling after Kejriwal's arrest. Several AAP workers, leaders staging protest and were immediately detained by the Delhi police. This is the fourth big arrest, remember, officially in the liquor gate controversy. Manish Sisodia was one of the first to have been arrested because he was directly handling this profile. Then it was another close aide of Arvind Kejriwal, Sanjay Singh, who was also the Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament. And then the most recent was, not interestingly of the Aam Aadmi Party or a Delhi-based leader, but BRSS K. Kavita, based in Telangana.